Yeah.
You don't know what I'm going through. You don't know that I'm trying every morning. You don't know how many nights I cried or I
Yeah.
have a chronic injury that I cannot disappear, I'm the last one that I don't want to get injured or that I don't want to withdraw. The body's hurting so much. I have to admit I go every match with painkillers and I did now like 4 injections and I'm like, wow, I don't know if this is healthy enough for my body to continue like this. But then I love it so much. I have this passion, so I'm like, let's try one more time.
Hello insiders, it's Carol Garcia. Before we start, one quick thing. If you enjoy this conversation, hit the subscribe button. It's the best way to help us grow and keep bringing you the players and coaches you love. Thank you so much.
Paola, thank you so much for being here.
Pleasure.
It's been more than a year now since we did the first episode. How are you?
A lot of things have happened, changed. I went through a lot this last year now. Yeah, it's been a
year and a half.
year and a half.
Yeah.
But I'm okay. I'm getting there. Fighting through a lot of things, but I'm here for now.
And when we talked the first time, you were at the amazing end of the year, and obviously the year didn't go at all as you expected, and you had to go through injuries again. Mentally, how was it to deal with this injury and being on the side of tennis?
Well, I started the year really well in Australia and I was feeling very, very well. And I think I prepared myself when we spoke mentally. I was ready for that year, but sometimes in life, things that you cannot control. And that happened to me again this year. And that was, I think, the toughest part because what was on my hands, as I say, it was okay, but at least the body, I couldn't control it. And that's a bit what happened. I remember I was in March, Miami last year. I got injured all of a sudden, and it was like an hernia in my back that was touching the nerve. So it was very tough, even like to do my personal life, So I went through injections because I don't have a lot of patience. So I want to do it the fast way because I love to compete, So we did it a bit like that, and it helped for a couple of tournaments. But then it was a completely it's related, but another injury that it's also very tricky. But because I teared my psoas, but it was touching the tendon, and then my labrum also broke. So yeah. And I know there's a lot of players that maybe have a lot of issues with the hips, but in my case, there's people that's asymptomatic, and I'm like, I feel it all constantly. So that's a little bit what I'm going through also now. And I started the year, and mentally it's tough. It's tough to see yourself maybe in a ranking you don't want to be, or in a level that you're not maybe used to because you know what you're capable of. But also you want to play a bit different because the body's not the same anymore. And I don't know if, as you know, I like to play and I like to build the point a bit. And now maybe I'm going a little bit more fast because I'm like, let me play fast so I can recover better and my body will be okay. So I'm in a match. I'm with a lot of emotions also. So it hasn't been easy, honestly.
People always ask me what my non-negotiables are. The things I never skip, no matter where I am in the world, no matter what the schedule looks like. And honestly, IM8 Daily Essentials is one of them. When you're on tour, your body takes a lot. Travel, time zones, the physicals and mental load of competing at the highest level. It adds up. What I love about IM8 is that one sachet covers 99 clinically dosed ingredients. Gut health, energy, joint support, everything in one. It's not a basic multivitamin. It's actually dosed to work. And if you're thinking about longevity, not just performing well now, but feeling strong for years to come, the longevity powder is incredible. It has every ingredient that supports your cells at a level most people never think about until it's too late. For me, taking care of my body is a performance strategy. If you want to try it, head to im8health.com/discount/TIC and use the code TIC at checkout. You will get 10% off your first order. The link is in the show notes. Trust me, once into your routine, you will feel the difference.
And you really feel that now when you are playing matches, you try to play shorter points?
Yes.
It's really one of your, I don't know if it's a goal, but like...
It's one of my goals, but also I was never taught this way, so it's a habit I don't have. So I can be like you can see an aggressive player, or I'm tall, I have good
Yeah.
shots, but I'm Spanish also. So
Yeah.
so the mentality is completely different. And for me, even though I go for my shots, I like up before going to build it a bit, so
Yeah.
now I'm getting a bit sometimes lost of my identity. So talking about the tennis side, so yeah, it's a bit a challenge now for me also.
Yeah, and I guess already with the confidence that you lost probably of not playing, and like the relation between like an athlete and his body, and like being healthy and managing pain is very complicated.
100%. For me, it's the most complicated because we already go through a lot of things, not feeling well sometimes in the tennis side, or feeling more nervous, or you have an opponent that plays great. But then if you add also the body, and you're like too many things, and for me, when you play well, it's when you keep things simple in tennis. When we start complicating things, it's worse, And also, that's what you're saying. Also, the lack of confidence. I mean, it's tough, even if you're not there because of an injury. When you come back, you feel it, and you feel you're not the same. The rhythm, you make more unforced errors. So it's difficult now to find like the balance, because there's some moments I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go back of how I played before and how I know how I control a bit more my tennis. But then I go off, like I'm out of the match and I'm half pain everywhere. I'm like, maybe I should short the points a little bit more. But so it's a thing that I'm trying to see the best solution for me.
And when you were away, were you able to find some balance and do other things, try different things to kind of stay healthy mentally?
No, yeah, I did, and this was the good side of it, because I think it was like the first time I did things for me and for myself, because I was injured before, but because of other situations, I was maybe not prioritizing myself more. So I did it this time that I had a lot of months. Of course, also I have to say I've been through personal things that weren't easy either. But I found, I think, my inner self a bit more, and I speak about that on my social media, or I try to. So yeah, and I did like different things. I started like, because in a way I feel old,
Don't
So
tell me that. Don't tell me that.
but when you've been playing a lot, it's
Yeah.
like, wow, I'm 28, but I feel 40 in
Yeah,
a way.
you started to play on tour very young also.
Also, so it's been a lot of years and very intense.
1 year on tour is like 5 years of normal people,
Exactly.
like
Yeah,
literally.
and you feel that. And I started like, I wanted, well, my as you know, my jewelry line, but
Yeah.
also doing other things, and opening different businesses. So because I like that kind of things, I always said I wanted to be more than a tennis player. So I started to do things that were fulfilling myself, and not depending only on I'm playing tennis or not, because I've been doing that all my life, and it was changing my mental health in a way, because not playing, I was feeling depressed. I have and having anxiety, alone sometimes. So it's very lonely, and our life it's been very lonely. So I tried to build also other relationships in life, making new friends. And I mean, I'm living in Dubai, but I've been living in Dubai the last 5 years, but I never discovered Dubai in a way. So I had some time to like meet other people from other industries. So it was very nice for me. And it's also sometimes you see it now when I came back on tour and I saw all the perspective. It's also not easy to come back with all this intensity. And even though I love the competition, but I have to be honest, I love the competition and there's a lot of great people, but I don't really love what it involves, the tennis, that intensity, that other people that maybe you're not that comfortable, and you're very exposed also. So being away from that was very healthy for me mentally also.
I feel like when a couple of times I was injured, or when I took my break end of 24, I feel like when you come back, like me, I was like, okay, like everyone is like so nervous. I was getting nervous just to go on site,
Exactly.
Even if I was not playing that day, I was like, okay,
Yeah.
this is like so like
The energy.
it's like the energy, like everyone is tight, and of course you say hi. Some people say hi, but it's like, hi, how are you? Like, just move on. And just like everyone is so tight, you get tight, you know. That's seeing everyone tight.
That's something I experienced a lot this year because I'm seeing it from another way. I think mentally or as a person. And I realize all these things, and of course they say hello, but it's cold. It's not something you like a relationship, a real one, you know. So and I even like feel weird, and I was getting nervous just to be there. It's true. I mean, of course I get nervous for my match, but why I have to be nervous in the practice days or the day off? But you just feel the energy, and I'm a person that I'm very like. I empathize a lot with people, and I get the energies from other people. So for me also, I try to stay away more than ever now, the site, and just for my moment, my training, and leave.
In the episode with Jason Stacy, he was talking about like managing your environment and how they try to spend like as little time there.
Yeah.
It's just training. It's true. Like now we go to tournaments sometimes to record. It's like, hey, let's not go on site, you know, unless it's strictly necessary. She's not even playing. But still, it's true. Like you go on the cafe, like you get tight. Like you really get tight.
And sometimes because you don't know like the schedule of everyone, you don't know if they are playing next match, so you don't want to disturb. But also if you didn't see someone for 2 months, you know, like you're like generally happy to see them, you know, but if they're tight, you're like, okay, I'm not gonna approach. Do not approach.
It's the toughest part for me, like, and you see it, and it even happens to me today when I compete, but like we see it so like, oh, this match is it's my life in this moment. And I think the tension that everyone has it's because of that. And, you know, because it hurts so much to lose, and you feel like sometimes the competition also values you as a person. That's why, and I think it's even more in women. We feel it. We put everything there. That it's something that I've been working on lately, and I think everyone should do it on tour and especially the young ones, because we do that a lot, and I think we suffer so much from that. I've been suffering that all my career.
And now you think like having all these like outside things, also like the perspective of growing up helps you like to relativize a bit more. Like, look, if I lose, you know, it's not the end of the world.
I try to. I still have this competitive part, and it's not even competitive. I would say sometimes it's even a self-destructive part. You know, that when you're not doing what you're used to in a way because you've been in a high level and now you don't see it as much. So I still have that part that I'm trying to clean, let's say. But it's not easy. But I try to find the balance of that. But my case, it's not helping me. Also the injury side, because also it's draining me mentally, like going every day on court and not knowing well, like, okay, today I had the practice, but I'm feeling again this. Am I going to be able to play? Then I'm already stressed, and sometimes I don't even want to talk to my team about it because I'm like, no, it's all good, but I'm feeling pain everywhere, you know? So this is the only part that I'm suffering. But besides all that, I'm trying to deal with it as calm as possible and seeing it from another perspective.
But it's true, like when you watch in general women's tennis, you can see that there is a lot of players suffering out there. And obviously, like me, when I was competing, I was not seeing it that much because even me, I was going through it.
Exactly.
But like with some like distance, sometimes we're watching and we're like, okay, I have to change channel because I'm suffering with them, because I know how they are feeling, and it feels like so sad for us and them to like suffer so much for. Of course, it's very important, but just tennis.
Exactly, and it's something I'm trying to work on. But because I'm saying it's still today I'm doing it. You know, I take it like so personal. Like, why if I'm missing a forehand means, and sorry for the word, I'm a shit person. It has nothing to do, but we relate on it, we connect to it, because I think we grew up this way. In a way, like if you don't win matches as a person, nobody cares, or you're not worth it, or so. And I see it now that I speak with a lot of players, because I'm lucky enough that I have good relationships, and I see also the young ones, and you see it's the same dynamic, you know, and that's very toxic, and it's very difficult to get out of it, because I've been working on it, and I've been a person that I've been very vocal about it, and imagine how many years I've been working on it, and I still um, I still like fall in the same trap, you know. And this is honestly this last years of my career. Hopefully, it's gonna be 5, 6. I don't know my body, or maybe it's 1 month. You never know. But it's my goal, of course. Winning big tournaments, but being able to achieve that, you know, if not bringing everything back in my room or personal, and I'm the same person now than 3 years ago or last year when I was top 10, you know, and that's a little bit, I think, if everyone did this work mentally, I think the environment will be different, you know, even for them,
It
even
will be
for the
more healthy
players.
for everyone.
Exactly. But it's something very difficult to achieve also.
Yeah, I guess like it's that perfectionism, no, that takes you to be like such a great tennis player, but at the same time, is what it's eating your mental health. So
Exactly.
it's hard to find like a proper
The
balance
healthy
there.
balance. Yeah, that's very difficult.
Yeah.
And did you try to change a bit your way of practicing or tennis and fitness since your last injury last year?
Especially the fitness part, I changed completely, like the way of approaching it. I love working on out at the gym, but I had to control a little bit myself. A lot of prevention also because I had the injuries, and this side I've been working a lot, like every day. And then tennis also, we've been changing things, but as I say, it's difficult in a certain age to change your style or what you're used to or your habit. It's a habit. So I'm trying to add small things to change it, but it's, as I say, it's not easy. I think also it helps when you play a lot of matches and you get more confident. You're like more brave to do certain things, but it's not the moment. It's not the time right now for me. But hopefully, I can change some things just to help my body.
And technically, you changed anything?
I did some adjustments, especially on the serve, but the rest, not really.
Was good.
Yeah, for now it's okay.
It's very tough because you always feel like you could do something different that will like make a huge difference, but at the end it's so little, and also
Yeah.
changing things technically, it's very hard.
Yeah, it is very hard, and especially now that everyone plays amazing and very fast, and there's a lot of good athletes now. So changing something is like maybe it's not gonna work, and we're not great in patience either. You know, we want to
I
change
mean, it's a
something.
sport that doesn't reward patience neither. Like, because
Exactly.
you don't play for 1 month, or you try to change something and you drop 40 positions in the rank. So
It's not easy, you know. So yeah, doing a small change, sometimes you have to have patience and believe in it, and because sometimes it doesn't come like I'm changing this and the result will come. I mean, sometimes, but not really. So it's tough to do some changes like this ones, and I think.
Completely good. And how is the experience of doing new things outside with your jewelry brand and other things?
Honestly, I love it. I'm a person that I'm very passionate about life.
Yeah.
So I like to do different things, and I really enjoy everything I do. Like, of course, tennis, but also when I go to the gym, I enjoy it. If it's about jewelry, I enjoy it. It's about fashion. So I really enjoyed this side of life, and I really realized, because I was very scared, like am I going to enjoy life after tennis? What am I going to do? You know, and we were only taught to play tennis in a way, you know. So I started to do all these other things, and I felt like also very good as a person, you know, or as a woman, you know. I'm worth it much more than playing tennis. So that helped me a lot for my self-esteem, let's say, and I felt like more powerful or more, yeah, you know what I mean, independent as a woman. So that I think it helped me mentally.
and does like having all this other stuff like also make you think, look, like maybe it's not worth it anymore, like tennis?
There's some moments I think about it, especially how much I suffer and how much sometimes I want it, but I can't, because the body's hurting so much, because I have to admit, I go every match with painkillers, and play. I did now like 4 injections, and I'm like, wow, I don't know if this is healthy enough, like for my body to continue like this. So I thought about it, but then I love it so much, and as I say, I have this passion, so I'm like, let's try one more time. And it's funny because last year when I got injured and I tried to come back in China, with my coach, I said, look, the next one, it's the last chance, one more. But then it happened now, like it was like, no, let's do one more, you know? So it's always like this one more. But of course a day will come and I'm just like, look, no more.
It's true, like you have like good or bad thing that every time you play, you're competitive and you play like good tennis. So it's not tennis pushing you out. It's
and I enjoy it, you know. I enjoy this competition. I enjoy that nerves, you know, that adrenaline that gives you, even though when the moment comes, like, why am I here now that I have to enter the center court? Who made me choose this decision? But I love that moment, you know. So I think my time is gonna come when that moment I don't enjoy it anymore, you know. So for now, I'm gonna keep trying, and honestly, I don't know where it's gonna take me. That in a way, I like it because I like to have like this uncertainty in life. And for now, I'm going very day by day. That I'm not a huge fan of that. I'm always like, what is this gonna happen? I always want to know why everything. But now I'm just trying to like, look, I cannot control it day by day and see.
But to be able to do like things outside, like you said, like personally, like it give you also confidence and strength that you can do something else, because on personal experience, I felt like outside of being a tennis player, I was like bad at everything. And also like I felt like learning things and being in another industry is so interesting, and it gives you motivation to keep learning in your own sport. But like being curious and being a beginner in something else, like where you can improve, you know,
cool.
It's super interesting.
Yeah. I had the same feeling like you. So at the beginning, I was super scared about that. Like, am I going to be able to do different things, or am I just going to go from a tennis player to a coach? I'm like, no, I want to do different things. That I really respect people that do that, but I want to be different in a way, and I want to learn other things. And because I've always had this personality of being very curious, you know. So that helped me a lot, like to feel confidence with myself, and maybe not that scared of if I have to step out of tennis one day, I won't struggle as much mentally, that I know that it's not easy for athletes.
But also at the end, like every player that we do an episode, no, and like that have found balance, they will never tell you, oh, I had to, like it cost me my tennis. It's always the opposite. Like the last episode we did was with Arthur Rinderneck, and he was like, the moment I stopped like training less, like finding that good balance, sometimes on tournaments going for a glass of wine, I went from top 80 to top 30, So like,
yeah, I think, well, I went through a little bit a similar also process or with that, but this was a long time ago, like 5-6 years ago, because I understood at the beginning that being professional or being a good tennis player is from the room to the side and side to the room. And then I saw that was not being a good professional, that was being depressed in a way, you know? So this I think I'm happy with that, because I try to find the balance in that. But I'm also super happy that that I saw that besides tennis, life is much more than that. I mean, tennis is just a sport we play that it finishes soon in a way, and life has many more years. So I'm super happy that I saw other things in life, and that I'm happy in a way without tennis.
And with other player, are you able to share a bit your own experience and like struggle, or?
I try. I mean, I'm very open. I try, like it's something that I also it's a small secret, but I also spoke with WTA about it, because I'm like, I want to help the next ones, you know, the younger ones, even though the younger ones are killing me now.
Yeah.
No,
So they're already a pain, but
exactly.
they don't need help anymore.
We were watching a match of Mboko Andreeva in
Exactly,
Doha.
this
And I was like,
too.
Caro, I'm so glad you retired.
Yes.
Like, these girls are very good.
No. But the funny thing is that I played, I played both, but I played Mboko here last year. She was 200 in the world.
True.
And I said, she's going to finish top 10.
She's scary good.
What a thing I said, you know?
And Iva Jovic also?
Same. They're amazing.
So
They
like
play
babies.
super fast. Exactly. But one of the things I want to start is to help, like, but not in the tennis side, more in the how to deal with all the things we've been through that nobody helped us in a way.
Yeah,
We
how to
didn't have
structure yourself,
exactly.
how to have like
So
good...
that's something I really enjoy, and I would love to do it, because
Nice.
I see it, and I would love to have had that help in the past, you know. So yeah, it's something I try to share with them, my experiences, and then also I have close friends on tour. Of course, not 100, but one or two that I can share with them, and also they share with me. And I think through that also it helps in a way that you see other people going through the same or similar, and how they dealt with it and how I do it. So I try to have that 2-3 friends, very close ones.
You think the new generation is coming more with more balance already or no?
Not sure.
No?
I'm not sure that's gonna improve that fast. I
Yeah,
mean,
true.
it's not easy, especially also they're young, and the environment is really similar, and they're very exposed. And I think also that's another topic, but social media doesn't help, and it's a mess, because you read even if you wanted to know, you read things.
It comes to you,
Of
yeah,
course,
yeah.
it comes to you. Even if you block them, it still comes. And even if you win a match, it's because they broke you in 5-1. Imagine, and they're still insulting you. So you have to go through things that's not easy. Also for the younger ones, it's not easy sometimes for me. I still have it sometimes in my head. They're like, "Oh my God, they said this, and now I did it again. They're gonna say text
I
me
mean,
again."
nobody enjoys hearing
No.
like being insulted. That's it.
Exactly.
Maybe after you can rationalize it, but in the
Yes.
moment it hurts.
Yes, exactly, because you're already fragile in that
Yes.
moment.
Yeah,
So if
exactly.
you feel attacked or offended, and
Yeah.
so it's not easy either. And especially imagine the young ones that they don't understand it maybe as much.
After Dubai, this year you were very vocal about the fact people attacking you, or like you should stop because you're always injured,
Yeah,
blah blah blah.
exactly.
But
Yeah, but you don't know that's what I was
yeah,
very upset on. Yeah,
Yeah.
you don't know what I'm going through. You don't know that I'm trying every morning. You don't know how many nights I cried, or I
yeah,
have a chronic injury that it cannot disappear, And already for me, you think that I want to retire, I want to withdraw, like, come on. So for me, it was tiring to see that or
yeah,
to hear that, and of course I have my own like insecurities with that also. I'm the last one that I don't want to get injured, or that I don't want to withdraw.
Yeah.
So imagine if I hear that from a random person that it shouldn't matter, but after a while it does. And I'm the first one that I'm always saying, don't answer these people, like don't enter that game. But sometimes I think if you do it correctly, or how you feel, it's not that bad to say
no,
something to them.
No, maybe
no,
also you take it out of your chest,
Exactly.
It's
I mean, it was
Yeah.
not an attack or anything. It was
No,
just like
no.
you feeling your thought, and
Yeah.
at the end, those people who comment at the end, they forget that the athlete is the one who was suffering the most, like mentally
Exactly.
and physically.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's hard to believe that those injuries that doesn't allow you to play tennis, like maybe they are bothering you also in your day-to-day
Exactly.
life, like just to
Exactly.
put your socks if you have like back
Yeah.
problem. It's just like something that feels impossible to
Yeah.
do,
Yeah, that's why. And in that moment, I prefer to say something. But even if it's not an injury, even if you lose a match, you think that I want to make, I don't know, 15 forced errors or 20 double fault. I'm the first one that I don't want to make
Yeah.
that. If I'm feeling like that on court, I want to leave the court. I want to disappear. So imagine like seeing all that messages like that reconforts the message that you're doing, and you're negative about yourself. It's difficult, and then they complain. That's what I said in the message also. And they complain like why this player has mental issues, or mental health issues, or why she's struggling. I mean, you're part of it also, for sure. Maybe a 1% or a 90, we don't
Yeah.
know, but you're part of it.
Yeah, I think like probably from the outside, like you have first of all like a hard time relating to the athlete, and understanding how hard she's working for it. And then like you from the outside feel they spoil people, they make money, they're on tours, like but like they're putting like 24/7 into it. So yes, they're lucky people, but that doesn't mean they're not suffering, like
Of course. And this is something I also never liked, because every time I try, or an athlete tries to explain how they're suffering, or because it's not a complaint, it's just like how we're suffering. It feels like you cannot even
No.
express yourself, because you're lucky enough that you're earning money.
Mm.
And sometimes I'm like, look, just of course not, but take all my money,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
the suffering part, it's much more expensive than that, So sometimes as an athlete, or as a known person, you feel like you cannot even complain, because you're earning
Yeah,
money.
you're supposed to feel grateful 24/7. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's true. Like sometimes I saw it a bit with you, that she was complaining sometimes like I'm not feeling well, I have like
Yeah,
anxiety,
I
and everyone tells you, oh, but you're so lucky,
yeah,
you're at
exactly.
Wimbledon. It's like,
Yeah.
You know, it's not a good strategy to deny someone's feelings, you know,
Exactly.
and
It's like on the moment where you're like, well, you know what? I will rather just be home on my sofa and be
Yeah.
let in peace than to play
Exactly.
Roland Garros, you know, right now.
Exactly.
Even if I dreamt
About it.
about it as a little girl and that was my only dream, but right now it just put me in a situation where like
You're
I
so
just want to
exposed
cry.
and you're not
Yes.
exactly so exposed and maybe you're not ready to enter a scenario like that. But this happens to tennis players, this happens to singers and to celebrities, so this happens to a lot, but I feel like all this kind of people cannot complain because we're lucky that we're living our dream, yes, but also this dream has a lot of pressure
Yeah.
behind and a
Yeah.
lot of responsibilities, and it's amazing when you feel good, of course.
Yeah.
It's amazing because it's your moment, but when you're not feeling your 100% or I'm even gonna say you're 90, it's very difficult to go there and perform, and you're alone in a way on the court.
Yeah.
So, and the thoughts, they don't stop. I cannot turn them off. I mean, that's impossible, you know? So
That would be
it's
so good.
difficult. Imagine, yeah?
Imagine.
You have like, oh no.
Mhm.
So that's difficult.
That would be good.
Yeah.
For day-to-day life
Me
also.
too.
Just to go through life.
Yeah, sometimes it will be useful to be a bit less stupid, no? And
Exactly.
think less and care.
Exactly. I thought about
Sometimes
this.
I probably I'm like, I wish I was an asshole. You
Me
know, I wish
too.
I didn't care about
Me too.
anything. I just destroy
No
people's lives and I
feelings,
don't
yeah.
care. It would be
Same,
good.
same.
Yeah. No, but it's funny when people are like, because if like with this theory, like they should also apply to themselves. Like, okay, like don't complain about your problems because there's also kids in Africa with one leg. So
Exactly, exactly.
it's a dangerous road and
Exactly.
yeah. Yeah.
And last week you went to play a little bit smaller tournament to get some rhythm and matches. How is it to go back to, I will not call it secondary level WTA
No,
challenger,
yeah,
but
yeah, I
a bit.
understand. It wasn't easy. It wasn't easy at all, and with this, I don't want to sound like anything
No,
different,
no.
but it wasn't easy because I feel like the situation I'm in right now, how I say it, I don't really like deserve it in a way because sometimes you can go back there and it's okay, but because you're losing and things are not working well, but I'm there because
You didn't
an
play.
injury.
Yeah.
So going back there, also I felt like my confidence it's not the highest right now, and going there, it's like even sometimes it can go like even lower because like why am I here? I would love to be in Indian Wells and being competing there. So mentally and emotionally was a bit difficult for me, but I'm also I have another also personality that I'm like, okay, I'm gonna fight no matter what. It's a court, it's the same thing, and I think this is also a thing that will help you grow, not as a professional, as a person, you know, going through all these challenges in your life. So I try to take it that way, and it was a positive week after all because I could like fight through it. I could feel competitive again, even though like maybe my tennis wasn't feeling great, but going back there and accepting the situation I'm in, I think it helped me as a, okay, let's say as a professional, but as a person, you know, and sometimes in life can change in 1 second, you know, so things you cannot control and going through them, like accepting them, for me was very important, and it was like the main goal of that week. But overall, it wasn't easy, but I accepted the challenge, and I was happy that I was able to play some matches there. Honestly.
I was reading something about Sebastian Corda, who was also injured, and he says that he went back to a challenger because he needed to play matches because he lost kind of the managing stress of the score, of like tough moment, like be present, and that he needed to play as many matches as he can to get that back, because in practice he was playing great, but he felt in matches he couldn't get that level.
Exactly
He
the
couldn't
same.
like connect, focus.
I've been through, it's happening the same, like exactly, and I'm a bit sometimes, as I say, lost on court and not knowing exactly why sometimes my mind disconnects and then I'm super connected and I'm like, what's happening here? And one of the things, because I had a very long chat with an athlete, and he told me, you're like missing rhythm of matches because the body, the tennis, and everything. But also the mind is the brain is a muscle. So also you need to train it. So that's why maybe now you're feeling like in a 4-all in an important moment, you're not reacting the same or you're not playing the same. You're missing more. And I used to like important moments, and now I want to avoid them. So imagine that how the brain is. So you have to also go through a lot of matches to get the brain working again, like it was before. And it had a point. I was like, wow, I never thought about it. Like you're always thinking about, I need more forehands, more for the matches, or I need like more matches to move better and to read the ball better. But what about the brain has to like also start working because it's been like asleep for 8 months.
Yeah, true.
So I also, I've been feeling like what Sebastian Corda was feeling because I was the same. Like I couldn't feel like I'm practicing super well, but I cannot feel like in the matches connected like the way I was connected, and it was like so autopilot mode before, and now I have to think everything 3 times. So that's also draining like my brain and energy, you know.
But and obviously the disconnection happened at like 4-all or 5-all.
Yeah, it doesn't happen
30-all. It's not like 1-0.
Exactly.
It's like, where did I go during that
exactly.
game?
Or in the third set at the beginning, like, okay, now that I connected, it's already 3 love down. It's a bit too late, you know?
I always remember the episode with Alice Corneda. She was said that tennis was a psycho sport. It was made to hurt.
Exactly. Yeah. But it's like that. So I feel like I'm disconnecting more than what I'm used to.
Yeah.
And it's a little bit also what I'm trying like to disconnect. I know I'm going to disconnect sometimes because of tension or whatever, but the less as possible.
We all wish we were Novak Djokovic.
Exactly, yeah. That's another level, you know?
He doesn't play for months, but he's there.
Exactly.
That's the dream.
Yeah. Do you have any specific goals, or you're just taking it one day at a time and see what
I like to put goals on myself. I've always done that, but now it's difficult to do it because I had at the beginning of the year, but then things happen and they change, and I feel more frustrated in a way, you know. So I try not to put. Unconsciously, I do like myself. I'm like, come on, this tournament, at least minimum, Paula, this. Come on, you can do this. But I'm going very tournament or day by day, you know, because it was not healthy for me because I was feeling very, very frustrated every time.
And you mentioned earlier to want to help the younger one, and you wish you had the opportunity to talk to someone like you never have been able to. In Spain, you are also great champion and everything.
Well, good question there because look, I don't know if I should say it, but it's okay.
We can edit
I
after,
will.
no
No,
worries.
I will say it. I've been struggling a lot now mentally and with injuries. And one player that I really admire, and he was my idol since I'm a little kid, and he's been through a lot of injuries. And mentally, for me, he's the best in history of sports. You know who I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
But with Rafa, and I tried like to connect with him and like to see if he could help me in a way how he was feeling every time he was coming back and all that. And honestly, it was an amazing. We spoke like for an hour, and he was very open and trying to help. And I felt like really good after that, and realizing a lot of things of how I maybe should manage it. And yeah, that helped me a lot. And I think it was one of the only times in my career. I know it's a bit late, but still, I mean, hearing something from somebody I admire and respect so much was really helpful for me and even for my team, you know, because sometimes maybe you hear the same from the team, but for you it's not the same as somebody he's your idol, you know.
Yeah, I can give you any advice, but at the end, but if it comes from someone who's like a great champion and has been where you can relate.
He's been there a lot of times, you know.
Yeah, I feel that's like a very important thing for the youngsters to understand. Or like ask for help. Like most, like yes, some people will be an asshole, but a lot of people are happy to help. Like maybe they will not put 24 hours, but they're gonna be like happy to have a chat. And Nia was always pushing to her, like when maybe like with Darren, you know, he was like, come to Las Vegas and you know, like spend 2 days together. And
that's I think it's very important with people that sometimes you respect or you admire, because that maybe couple of things they say, you take them with you, you know. And honestly, I was a bit shy because I'm always going to be shy with Rafa or these legends, like, especially him because he's from the same country. So, but I was like, you know what, I'm going to do it, you know.
But that's what I feel. It feels like now, like I'm like, oh, I wish maybe I was like brave enough to ask for advice or like
Same.
just like. But sometimes when you arrive and like you are this idol as a player, or and you're like you don't want to disturb, or you don't want to reach out, or you maybe think that they're gonna be arrogant. And
just let them decide. Let
yeah,
them
but
tell
I
you
don't
no.
know. It's very hard.
They will tell you, sorry, I'm
It
busy.
took me 28 years also.
I mean, it makes sense. It's easier said than done. It's easier. Me, I'm like, go ask. I'm like, oh, I will never have the balls to do it. But go, gotta be brave.
And then I run to the person and I cannot speak any language. It's like French not coming, Spanish not coming.
Anything.
Like, yeah.
I remember once I told her to go ask Andy Murray to come in the podcast. She
not
could
sure you
not put
understood.
3 words in a row. She was like,
This always happened to me
Like,
also with
come on.
Rafa. I'm like, Paula, come on, your name is Paula. Can you speak normally? What's wrong with you? So imagine.
Yeah.
But it's hard because you feel like maybe they could have helped you, but you were not ready.
Exactly.
And now I'm like, I will be able. Yeah.
That happened with me now also.
I would be happy to share my experience, but like you're not gonna reach out to the young one and like, hey, do you want help? It's like, well,
Like, it needs to come from them.
yeah,
it needs to come from them, but maybe they have the same feeling.
Yes.
So that's why I had this idea with the WTA, like at least to offer them, like they could say, you have this, and anytime you can reach to her.
Yeah.
So at least if you have that, maybe it would be easier, and if we had that in the past. So because I know how it feels, at least if they can have that option, they can always reach out.
What are the main mistakes you think like young players do?
Well, it's not easy, but I guess for me the most important is handling your environment.
Yeah.
Because at the end, mistakes they do, they're talented, they're ready for it, they're competitive, all that kind of things. I'm not there to teach them any lessons because they're great, that's why they're there. But handling the environment, for me, it's key. And it's not easy because sometimes you're fragile and you listen to who you shouldn't. You maybe don't have the great people or the good energy by your side, or they just want you because you're great in the moment, but then you start having injuries and they don't care about you, or they just want you for the marketing side, or they just want you for that, or it's a pure interest, and where's the person? So I think a lot of people forget about the person, and that happens so much that even the player forgets about the person, and that's why I'm connecting what we were saying before, that we take it very personal, and but there's a reason why we take it very personal, because they made us believe that we're only worth it if we're on the top, so for me, for them, the biggest mistake, or what I think, it's how they handle the environment, and I think that's very important.
Yeah, to be able to have experienced people who have been there, who have coached some of the best, and invest in that to be able to have the best advice.
Exactly.
On and off the court, also with your finance.
Exactly. That's super
because at the
important.
end, like, you need people who are like very specialized in every single job.
Yeah, and for me, it's very important, and maybe I shouldn't say this, but for me, everyone has their own a specific spot, let's say, in the team.
Yeah.
And if you're a physio, I say you're a physio. You cannot be a physio and the best friend and a father and this. If you're a father, you're a father. If you're this, that's why I don't know if I should say this, but I really
you should. Actually, you should. The first one will tell you should. So
exactly, and I think everyone has their own role in life, and I think when that is very clear, things work very healthy, or very or better in a way. And if you're a coach, you're the coach. I mean, the physio cannot be the coach. The physio is in charge of the body, and this happens a lot, and then the egos and a lot of things start getting mixed, and the player gets completely out and crazy, and it's normal because they don't understand. But everyone wants to have like their moment with the athlete and want to feel the most important of the team. And there's when it gets very tricky.
Yeah, I think as a human, it's only natural to always kind of feel that you know better, but you have to be like, like be very strict with yourself. Like, hey, no, like, even if I cannot see it, I'm limited on what on my knowledge is. Like even me, I was seeing her matches. yeah, I'm a tennis fan, but I'm not an expert, you know? And you always feel you know better. You're like, I was like, no, like, you know, she was, no, please don't let me give you advice, you know, because I think I know better, but I don't, you know?
Yeah.
And like knowing how to call your own bullshit, I think it's a very important skill to have. But it's
honestly,
quite complicated to have it at the same time,
Yeah.
And it's true in tennis, you have all these parents who are not also like they're making
parents
life
or sometimes
impossible.
boyfriends appear and all this,
true.
and you see it, and you see it, and
It's at the end, a player is like literally a company, and having someone teach you how to hire people, it would be like such a great skill to have. Because there's so many bullshitters at the same time, like fake physios and like people who have like very edgy careers.
Exactly.
But,
Yeah, because at the end you are very young, so you don't have enough experience to choose people, you know.
Because, as you said, it's a company. So you're gonna know how to deal with a company when you're 18, 19, you have no idea.
No.
Everything comes to you super fast, money comes to you, and how do you deal with it? Oh, maybe the fitness coach will help me, or maybe my dad, or maybe my coach, and you start mixing because you don't know. So I think that's, for me, the main point.
Yeah, and then everyone give you, like in the team, like everyone give you advice.
It's different. It's always different. I'm
and,
like,
then, and then you're like completely lost. You
Exactly.
like have no idea where you are going. You have no idea what to do with your like body if you have an injury, because like someone is telling you, no, it's fine, you can go through it. And then
Exactly.
well, maybe
you should
not.
Stop here because it's too risky for the injury. Like, no, go full. There's no risk. And
then you feel like crap, and you're like in so much pain, but like because
somebody told you should play, you're like, for example,
you could play, you know, like on the image there is not much, you should be able to play, but I cannot play, you know, or I'm like suffering like hell, so why the point?
Exactly.
It's like if that person doesn't care at the end, they're just gonna be trying to use you to get some extra money or to make you succeed like short term, and that's it. And then they leave whenever you're injured, and ciao. That's what I really like about university. The idea of going to the tour, like being way more mature already, having like more experience in a team, you know, like
studied and you met other different things in life, people.
Exactly.
So
because it's true, like
gives you an open mind.
Theory, it's very nice, but at 18, managing all of this is complicated.
3-4 years of growing and doing different things, it's very different to be able to understand yourself. Like at 18 or 21, 22, you're a different person.
It's different. Yeah. I think that gap of 3-4 years are very important. Like, and it's true, the idea of going to like university or college and all this, it gives you another perspective, I think.
It's more and more popular, looks like, and more successful.
A lot of, especially Americans, do it. In that,
like the episode with Arthur Rinderneck was super interesting because he did it, and it's very rare from French like or European players to do it. And he's like just so grateful to the whole experience and having the tools to manage and have plan B. You know, he's always like, you know, if tennis doesn't work, I know what to do next.
At 18, he tried to go on tour for 2 months. And he was like, okay, I'm not ready for that. I'm not doing this. He went to university. And then after university, he gave himself like 1.5 years to make it to qualies of slams. And he was like, if I don't make it, I go do something else, but I'm not like spending all my my money, my parents' money on that for like being nothing. And at the end, he made it, but it was like, he had clear thinking and
that's so important.
Yeah, it's true. Like sometimes when you see like people who have been like stuck on like 200 or 200, I have a lot of respect for your level, you know, but financially and for your life, it's tough, and it's sad how like sometimes people don't tell you like, hey, you know, like maybe do something else.
Yeah, another plan B.
Yeah, I mean, and maybe there will be like one case of someone who makes it,
but it's
there's like 90% destroying their life.
5%. Yeah, it's true.
But it's easy to give advice to other people.
But to yourself?
Makes so much sense.
It's so hard.
From the outside, everything makes so much sense. I heard a very, like, we were talking about it yesterday in a Modern Wisdom podcast. It's very good. And the guy always ask the people, the guests, like, if your life was a movie and they were putting it on the cinema, what would be all the people like shouting you to do it, you know? Like, break up with this person or like move cities or whatever, you know?
The problem is that sometimes they have told me this and I'm like, until I feel it, I don't do it.
Yeah. But it's true, when you try this exercise, like, oh yeah, it's so clear what I need to do with my life.
Exactly.
I mean, sometimes you also have to
experience it.
Or go through and
it.
like if that's what you feel deep inside, like that's really what you believe in, it's like.
And there's also some stuff that is unteachable. Like people can tell you like, not life is not only about money, but until you have money and you're miserable, like you will not believe us. Like not everything is about money.
I believe that everyone has to go through a bad experience in their life, like to realize so many things, and
it's unteachable lessons. It's like
I believe in that.
It's like you can tell you like, hey, look, fame sucks, but until you're not famous, and or maybe it doesn't suck, but it doesn't change your life for good or whatever. You have to like really experience it.
Yeah.
So we have to fail and then learn.
That's the only way. It's hurting, but it's the only way. I believe it's the only way.
Yeah, and that's what makes life also fun, I guess.
Exactly.
Otherwise, it would be too boring.
What can we wish you for this year?
Health.
That's a good one. That's the most important for everyone.
No, I always say the same. Of course, health, but I don't want to say happiness, because happiness is, for me, it's like chasing a moment all the time, that it's never a real moment. It's like, if I achieve this, I'm going to be happy. This is a lie. I would go more, and I think that's what I'm feeling lately. I would go more with peace.
Yes.
Like inner peace. With that, like I wake up and everything is fine. It doesn't need to be unbelievable that like everything today is going to be a 10, a 10, a 10, and then a 0, 0. It's been very my life. So it can be a 7 and you're fine with it. So for me, that's the main goal. Like even, okay, let's say yesterday was a disaster training or a match. Next day, the sun comes out and it's fine. It's fine. And that's a little bit the process I'm going through. And I think that's a little bit my wish for 2026.
Yeah. I'm really struggling also with the year lately.
That's a good advice. It's true. Like sometimes, like chasing happiness, like what is happiness first?
Exactly.
It's
not,
is it
we're
joy?
not chasing happiness for me. It's like more like dopamine. We're chasing that dopamine now, that adrenaline, or that oh, this is gonna make me feel amazing.
How can it be?
I think it's being satisfied. Going to sleep satisfied with your life, your decisions, and then like, you cannot control much else.
Yeah.
Cool.
So I would go more with that, health and inner peace.
That's good advice.
That's a good one.
Cool. Thank you, Paula.
Thank you so much.
It was a pleasure always.